This is nice stuff with the walls going down. I like that snake bite.
Wait, what?
It's interesting. I think I might have missed a little bit. That's not a normal plant spot. Noia and Sonya in with 2 quick kills. TENSTAR and a locked out for now.
Wasn't it
Still not able to
planting
get that plant.
outside of her wall?
She was planting outside of her wall. She was planting right beside the snake bite too. It was strange. Can't really explain that one. The 2 versus 4 I can explain. Ricks have a big advantage, and they should be winning this round unless someone has something to say about it over on the TENSTAR side. The wall's going to cover them from that recon. They can start to move around, but they've been spotted. Jupi has her sights set on Ninou, and, well, oh, Nelo can't quite make it away. 2 HP remaining. Tucks in the corner. I do like this call, though. Maybe Ricks start to rotate. They come in, and she can catch them off guard, but Ricks are not doing that. They're playing this one.
Yeah.
Pretty safe.
No, it's not only safe, it's also very smart. You do have that man advantage. You know that in pistol anything could go wrong. Even though Nelo is only 2 HP, Raina is also only 22. So 1 bullet would mean anything, and they need Jupi to be the one hitting the shot. Exactly. And that is going to be the first one for Riggs. I would like to see a replay because it started off pretty good. They gathered a lot of information, especially on the side of the wall that they were mostly interested in. I just didn't quite understand why Nelo was planting there, so that's why I would like to see it again. But if we don't get it, I mean, I understand.
Screen down.
You've been done dirty on the replays so far today, but yeah, this is you're not getting it.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I mean, it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, it was strange for sure, but let's throw that one away. Rick's 1-0 up now, facing into what should be an eco. It's very rare to see teams force buy when it comes to this map, but investing decently is okay, right? They've got sheriffs.
Marshals.
They've got a marshal. That's the thing, right? Sliicyy coming in with some potential, but it's the marshal onto Nelo that opens the round.
Yeah, and Noia just had a great match so far. He's going to get that first kill, and this should be probably easy for Riggs, but I'm not going to say anything because Raina's already at 2 HP, but she does have the rest of her team coming out to help her.
Yeah, for Riggs, this is a situation where first player that should be taking contact of Raina has already been lit up, so you wait for the rest of the team to rotate in. Raina probably shouldn't be taking too much of a stance on this one. Let the teammates do the majority of the heavy lifting.
Ooh.
So there's that marshal showing up. Good trade though. Raina doing a good job playing off her teammates. This is it. Stay out of the forefront of combat. Just be in the back lines. And they do manage to drop Padge in the end as well. All in all, getting a plant and 2 kills. Pretty decent considering they didn't invest.
Yeah, exactly. Nelo's only 2 orbs away from getting that ultimate. This was actually, you know, that position for planting. That was what I was expecting on the first round, especially after the early control. But let's see what they do on their first buy. How do you think Sliicyy is going to do on the Jets? Because she's amazing on Sky. She's amazing on Breach.
I think this is going to help Sliicyy a lot, actually, playing on a Jet, purely because if you look at the aggressive situations she was putting herself into on a Sky, playing like that hybrid duelist, even still, now she has the ability to take those fights and not be punished for them when they go wrong, being able to dash out of there. I think that escapism on a player like Sliicyy is just going to make her so much more comfortable and so much more confident in taking those fights that she loves to take.
And we're actually seeing TENSTAR starting off pretty standard here, just covering as much map as they can. Not making the decisions just yet. And Ninou's actually going to find the first one.
Cla?
Yeah.
I was just standing in it. She's down to 45 HP already. The snake bite nearly killing her. Oh, she just didn't get the sound cue or what was going on, but she's in a little bit of trouble. Oh, it's another snake bite. Run, Cla! Run!
No, this one is not touching her.
I would just be afraid if I was her now. She is tucked in the corner, has avoided the recon as well, but hasn't avoided that shot out of Padge.
Matter of time, and now Padge is going to be able to retrieve that Vandal and play around it with a full shield. This could be very big for Riggs. And Sonya here, with all that information, she knows exactly what they're walking towards. Now, what is Riggs going to do against it? Because getting the bonus, it will be perfect.
Oh, it would be incredible for them to try and fight back into this one. They've even got some weapons, right? With Padge having the Vandal, there's potential. Now, the drone is clearing this out. It will check the back box. Good. Even tagging it up. Very conscious LiriLia can be here. She's dead. How?
I mean,
how did she get a kill there? That's ridiculous. Nelo
had
to walk through that wall and take a fight. Raina's down. This is insane. Ricks, 2 versus 3. Padge just... He's body blocked it. He's body blocked it and then dashed into it. That's suboptimal.
I mean, it was
Poor
a
old Padge.
round that should have gone for TENSTAR, but I really like the movement from Rix. Maybe a little bit. I mean, considering how big this map is and how much control of the ground you need to take in order to make some certain decisions, it's still a good pace. Either way, it was a bonus from them, and I would say that the outcome was pretty good. Seeing LiriLia not really having the money to buy is going to be Sliicyy dropping for her, sacrificing a couple of her own smokes, and Padge is just not losing any time. She's going to go on that operator, she's going to take control of the hole, and she's only one orb away from also having her ultimate, just in case they even lose this round. Everything is under control, by the looks of it, on the side of Rix.
Oh yeah, it's a good start for sure. The foothold on the game, as you said, the 1-0 for the 1-2 for TENSTAR. That round they come up against weaker weapons and they only barely win it out. Certainly worrying. Now, you take a look at those seekers popped out by TENSTAR, the wall that's down, they're giving a lot of information that it's an A push, and in fact, it's B. They're walking into the side already, and it's completely open. There's some Cypher utility, but no way to respond on it, and in fact, Jupi even just gets taken down right away. The lurk out of LiriLia, perfectly timed, completely sneaking past them. They have absolutely no idea.
Oh, she saw the cannon, didn't she?
I think so.
I think she did. Oh, I don't think she's aware of what's happening on Elbow. She's going to be able to find some kills here very freely as the rest of them is just playing around that Viper's pit.
Yeah, that's the benefit here. Even losing behind is going to be fine because you have the Viper's pit up. There's the flank from LiriLia, finding dividends. Flash doesn't quite go according to plan, but it doesn't matter because there's no one else left alive. Quick little cleanup coming out of Kla and Ninou, and now all we have left is Padge with an operator. And you know, typically 1v5ing with an op's going to be pretty tough, so she's running away.
Yeah, obviously, it's a great investment. She was not getting the best results on Ascent with this operator on defense, but last map on Bind, she was crazy. Not with the operator, just with the rifle, but she was going crazy. And the fact that she manages to actually save this gun, it's a lot. But on the side of TENSTAR, the fact that they are able to start on that default, gather a little bit of info, and once getting the not only faking that and getting all that information onto A by the Seekers, getting such early control over B, and getting a flawless so early in the game has to be, you know, a confidence booster.
I think that's fair to say, yeah. We talked about Rix obviously being able to do so much damage in round 3, but I think that confidence gets undone a little bit by what just happened there. TENSTAR easily rolling over them. Coming into the next round, Rix don't have a lot to work with, so they go aggressive, and that has worked out well to start. Noia, after taking down Sliicyy, backs off a little bit. Her teammate falls, she's going to be shot in the back. Beautiful stuff. And that was handled perfectly by TENSTAR.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that I like about having Kla on the Cypher. It's the fact that she's not going to be scared of taking a duel because obviously the duelist is still inside of her. So she's not going to double think or just hesitate on taking and helping you with that refrag.
It's interesting that the other 3 players all have scopes to work with. Double marshals and an operator as well. Let's see what we can find with that. Tag going in for Sonya. LiriLia falls to the operator. This is starting to look pretty good with the Blade Storm now online. Nelo's trapped on site. The flank comes in to close out Sonya at least, but 1v2, 50 HP on Ninou. This is now very winnable for Padge.
Yeah, completely. She's gonna run out of utility though. She has that ultimate. Spike has already been planted, but she has a lot of ground to cover. And it's not only that, the fact that Kla has literally both entrances covered with that camera.
And a Hunter's Fury online on Ninou, so if a tag comes in, Padge could be in a lot of trouble. I'm surprised Ninou's playing on the site, knowing you're up against a Blade Storm. It's where you might even want to just run away and play that Hunter's Fury from afar.
Yeah, but, you know, having it covered with Cloud, knowing that she's probably out of utility by now. I'm actually surprised that Padge is not going for the safe again. I mean, she used the...
Oh, this is dangerous. Maybe she doesn't need to save. There we go. Kla shuts her down in the end. A good attempt by Padge, but the time just a little bit too low.
Yeah, it's with a map this big, it's, you cannot expect for something else to happen. But being a low buy from Riggs, managing to get 4 players down, I would say that is a pretty good result. Although it's a round for TENSTAR, I don't see them as comfortable as I was seeing them, for example, on Ascent or doing what they know on Bind.
How have I never seen this guy before? I guess we haven't really got to cast a lot of birdies. These teams don't regularly pick it, but that is a very cute teddy bear.
It's how's it called? A sloth?
Sloth. Yeah.
Learning English every single day of my life.
Funny thing is, that's actually Tom's spirit animal.
Oh, why am I not surprised?
Look at this push out of Sliicyy already up through mid. There's 3 players from TENSTAR erupting onto the site. I like Jupi's use of the cage to try and isolate an angle and take a fight, but it didn't really work out. They just overwhelmed yet again, and TENSTAR have a plant followed up by a man advantage.
Yeah, and the way that they use the Viper wall, as we were seeing, and cutting off a mid, just granting that push where they only have to look at Nest. And what's going on to B already? Coming out from elbow, and it's another push from them onto B. They're really liking this site.
The Seekers giving away a little bit of information. They know exactly where Ninou is, dealt with right away. Nelo's being spotted as well, and now they're going to be confident to force her into open combat. Padge coming in this time with a successful retake, and all it took was a full buy, 3-3.
It was brilliant, and this is literally the difference maker when you do have a jet that, you know, is a jet specialist. Let's put it this way: it's such a big map with all those big angles that you can take advantage of literally all the utility, and she's just gonna keep going because it's not only what she's meant to do, it's what she knows how to do. So the explosion onto B was really well thought. But Jupi only managed to find one. Still, the rotations and the timings were so good from Riggs, and also Raina just using the snake bites to prevent the pushes, so creating also the space for her team to retake onto B. Really clean stuff coming from Riggs. This is literally what we saw yesterday from them that we loved, and it's actually what I expected.
It's what we wanted as well. After that 13-3, I was getting a little bit worried. But hey, look, there's a lot to be seen over on both sides, really. TENSTAR for this round are the ones that are showing up. Mid fights, the elbow push out of Rix, not really yielding any results, and Padge is just kind of stuck here, isolated on an island by herself. Cla waiting for her to take a step forward, that camera seeking her out the whole time. I mean, there's nothing she can do. I don't know what the right call is from her position, and I can see everyone on the map. I can't imagine what it's like for her.
On her own. Oh, she's gonna manage to find the first one. I mean, it's a 1v3, but the spike already down. All the coverage coming from TENSTAR. Oh, Sliicyy, how are you gonna take care? I want to see that operator on her hands. But they're playing it safely. They know that this is too close to just give that window open. Yeah. And this one was... Probably I can understand what Riggs was trying to do here, going for that push onto elbow. They do want to, you know, have this surprise factor of being like, I know you're playing pretty standard, you're gonna be pretty isolated at the beginning of the round. They just didn't manage to win the duels on that 2v2, and it's going to be a short buy again for Riggs. Now Padge does have the ultimate. That could be the change here, and they're probably going to go again for the aggression from A.
Well, yeah, it looks like they're heavily stacked up. The holes push as well, likely to come on through. Sliicyy should be spotting that in a moment. And that was a tag, actually. Connected onto Sonya just about.
Oh, whoa.
That was incredibly risky. But it was the only choice. They'd already pushed up behind and taken cave control. So, I mean, it was run back and die or take that risk. And luckily, they've gotten away. Even made the B-side plant.
And now with the Cypher utility from Cla on the background, they're going to be able to prevent those pushes that are coming from Riggs. They should be expecting them, and I feel like Sliicyy got some info here. She's also been spotted, but she's not landing the shots. Oh, God.
Yeah, now this gets very dangerous with a Blade Storm this close. Nelo, luckily, is going to be that safety net to help the team out. Classic comes out for Sliicyy, not able to get the kill. Nelo, hello.
Oh, God.
There we go.
I love
Picking
it.
up the little scope afterwards as well. 3K out of Nelo, Viper's Pit online, and the operator safe. Good round all in all by TENSTAR. You can see the intention that Riggs came into that round with, and it very nearly worked.
Yeah, but what I love is the response from TENSTAR, knowing that even on those rounds, Riggs knows exactly what they want to do on this map, so they're just not taking rounds for granted. Constantly concerned about, you know, Sliicyy not being able to hit in the shots, but the positions, if we're looking at the minimap right now, from the rest of the teams are so clean and so, you know, playing exactly for not losing a single one of the team members in the try to prevent that retake from happening.
Look at how grouped up TENSTAR are at the moment. They are looking for the B site, maybe reading into the fact that Viper's Pit is online for Rix, and it was used right away on A. Straight from the start, TENSTAR have wanted this site. They're going to use Hunter's Fury to try and force some of these players out of position. Jupi is able to avoid it completely. Losing the wires, though. That's the only problem.
Okay.
Not able to play around those and taken down right away in the fight.
Oh. That was nasty.
I like that.
I was really hoping that Sliicyy was gonna, you know, shut me up, getting the first one, the second one, and maybe a 4K with the operator. Let me what Nelo's doing here with the map is the fact that she can play around her own wall and just work with it. Still 3v2.
That hurt. That was almost a 3v3.
Yes.
For us, just as you called it. Luckily, you stopped yourself. You didn't curse Ninou for a death through the wall. Padge falls. Headshot angle here. That's going to be such an awkward fight. Oh, a tag. A headshot through the floor. Nelo just about survives. And with that, Sonya gives up all hope, takes the operator, and looks to save it through for the next round. But they are hunting her aggressively. 3 players coming up behind, and she has no idea.
Yeah, I mean,
clean as can be.
Obviously, you can even try and go for maybe a pick or two, but I don't think it's worth it. And again, everything is working towards B if you're TENSTAR. My concern is this? I mean, because I like what they're doing onto mid. So now we're going to see a pause probably coming from Rix, if I'm not in the wrong. And now they have to make a decision. Do we move the Cypher from B? Do we take Viper and just put it there, trying to guard it as much as possible? How is it? What are we going to do about the wall that we're seeing on mid? How are we
trying to make the most of the pistols that they have? But there's no one there, so unfortunately they don't get a payoff.
Yeah, there's no one there, and Clyde is being very patient because she knows that there's something is going to happen. She does have the tripwires, and they're not going to be able to take that control to B unless they allow them to.
Okay. LiriLia was on a little bit of a sightseeing tour there, it looked like. Really just taken in. She was like, oh, there's some crabs up on the roof I can look at. I don't know. But no, there weren't, sadly. And this is starting to get a little bit scary.
Yeah.
It's a 2v2 all of a sudden. These pistols should have been dealt with so easily. They even had Cloud watching the back, catching 2 off guard, and yet Rix are bringing the hurt right now. As they move towards the site, though, the Viper's Pit is always going to be the problem. But they have got a drone to play with. No, they don't even need it. Don't even need it over on the TENSTAR side. It's just going to be Ninou swinging in for kills. Viper's Pit, drone, it all looked like a lot of threats. But in the end, it's just a massacre.
Yeah, I was kind of concerned because Ninou was like looking at her bag and being like, you should have the info, not only on the minimap, but from your teammates being like, they're both there. So just play around the Viper's Pit. But again, even with that, I feel like even for being just sheriffs, it was very well played. And it's exactly what I was saying before we got distracted with the crap. How are they going to deal with what's going on mid? And we're actually going to see more about that on this next round. What I love to see from TENSTAR is also reading into that and being like, okay, we're not going to care about mid so much anymore, but we do going to leave class utility there to have some presence and to actually acknowledge what's going on.
This mid presence from Rix, evidently they think they've spotted a weakness. I think TENSTAR are leaving this open for them, and they're very correct. At least at the start, it's a cam passively watching it, but Cla's taking so much space right now that she couldn't really afford to check the camera all too actively. That said, getting mid control is all well and good, but you have to do something with it. And I think that's where Rix are kind of stalling right now. They're hoping that TENSTAR push up mid and they can catch them in a crossfire. But if that doesn't happen, sure, they'll have faster rotates to A, but the A side hold itself will be struggling, let's say.
Get out of my way.
Got your trail.
Says Sliicyy. Is it going to be enough? Also, the Seeker's coming in and the Flash. Patch waiting as much as she can, but she's not going to find anything but her own death.
So well handled by TENSTAR. They use everything to just blitz into this site, get the control in a 5 versus 2 now. With Raina and Sonya, the final players remaining, and they're locked out. Hey, but you know what? You know what's good? Hey, guys, we've got mid control. We've got it locked down. They can't come mid. Problem is they just ran at you and destroyed a single player A defense. And sure, there was a second player technically there, but Noia couldn't help because she's just walled out. And then when the wall falls, they take the fight, they easily win it. What do you do? This round is a little bit unfortunate for Rix because I feel like, again, they had a good early foothold in taking the mid control, but then they just stalled completely and hoped TENSTAR would fall into their trap.
Maybe they're gonna read into it and be like, if we do not see the wall here at the early seconds of the round, it's not going to be about mid control. Yeah, and this is causing a lot more. We're gonna jump into the last round of TENSTAR attack, and I also feel like it was a lot about all the information that Clat gathered, being like, okay, they're not pushing anywhere. I don't see anything towards elbow. Everything is pretty safe here. She was not checking the camera, and that would have been everything. I feel that the moment that she activated, everything was just easy for TENSTAR. And the moment where they started the execute with all the ultimates and just Sliicyy going in with her own as well, creating all the space that they needed, and Riggs only had to deal with taking double doors, but it's such a narrow space to actually regain position on a oh god.
It's really interesting watching some of these early duels go down. Just had a Marshall win up against Sliicyy's op, and that is a big pick to start with for Riggs. Yeah. Getting 4 on the board here it's almost a minimum. They need it at this point. They've got the man advantage now to make that happen.
It did very good on the defense yesterday, but on the previous ones, we're actually way better on the defense. Again, I do not listen to stats anymore, as TENSTAR is just moving towards B. They've been loving the site a lot on their attack, and it looks like they're gonna... Oh, what?
How? That's all I've got is how. That was insane. Padge is absolutely cracked. Ninou, though, looking to claim the same accolade. It's a 3v3. TENSTAR have got the spike plant, Hunter's Fury online, and just about everything they could possibly want. Time on their side as Riggs mount this retake. And, well, that's not how I saw the Hunter's Fury being used, but hey, use it up early because you're not going to get to use it when they start retaking, I guess.
I'm sorry, I lost my breath. I'm still recovering. And if Padge gets a single kill, she's gonna have her ultimate as well. Oh, and she's gonna go for it. Back. Oh, never mind. I just jinxed it again. She didn't need the Hunter's Fury.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, she just chucked it out. Said, "Hey, look, I'll throw it away. I don't need it." But at the same time, obviously she was trying to wreck their timing a little bit, maybe catch a tag, do some damage, but that didn't quite go according to plan. Padge has 15 kills. Do you know how ridiculous it is to get 3 rounds and a half and have a player on 15 kills?
Yeah. I love how you put it that way. Let's see how this pistol goes, because I'd say it's again very important for Riggs, because otherwise we're gonna be looking at this map exactly as we were looking at Ascent. But I think they did get pistol on defense, right? Because TENSTAR screwed up with the plants and all that.
Yeah.
So that that doesn't give me a good vibe, you know.
They win 2 rounds off the bat, and then I would say that like after round 6, nothing really even looked that close, right? Like there weren't huge clutches like we saw on the previous map. It's just this has been dominant from TENSTAR, very reminiscent of Ascent, like you said.
And TENSTAR's decided to push. Actually, Riggs has all this information. Now they have a decision to make. I love where Nelo is right now. She was taking control of mid when they were attacking. She's going to be doing the same on the defense. Pretty much leaving A for the retake.
Actually flanking as well. Look at this control. Padge taking down Sliicyy. That's a good start. Drone clearing out the site. This could be a second pistol going Riggs' way. They've got the plant secured now. I think the big problem is going to be Nelo, though. Just lurking around and waiting to catch that rotating Padge. Flanker's about to be flanked, but now they know. Yeah. They know exactly where Nelo is because she broke the trap wire.
Yeah, but Padge can do anything that she wants with the map right now because she has so much pressure. They can literally just play for a post one. It's not only about utilities. You only have to spam from a safe position and play around your Viper wall.
They know their flank is clear now as well, having heard the steps up through holes. So they can just focus on fighting on front, running this clock all the way down. Unfortunate fight for Raina there. She just gets completely locked out by herself, but her teammates trade it out on the corners and leave LiriLia all on her own. The late flank from Padge, who went back up through middle. That's 2 nasty little kills from her. Gives a round to Riggs at long last.
Definitely one that they needed, and it's again Padge, and not only getting the first kill, but also being the big question of where is she standing, because she's going to be the one that can dash, can just get the kill and go with it. The plant has already happened, but we cannot stop looking at our backs because we don't know where she is. That is massive. It's not every day that you see actually the jet on the flank, but if it works, it works, and it grants Riggs the pistol that they so desperately needed to come back in the game. This is doable. I mean, if bind was doable, this is doable.
Yeah, most definitely. A bind was a
I mean,
feat.
bind was super close, but you know what I mean. I'm not getting Ascend vibes from this.
As we said, we can throw the stats out the window at this stage when it comes to 10-star map 1. I think we can throw the stats out the window there. Attack side can be easier sometimes to find that little bit of rhythm to it. And Rick's certainly finding some rhythm in the anti-eco, completely destroying 10-star, not losing a single player, and that is exactly how you want to kick off round 2.
Yeah, completely. Also repeating the fact that you just want to fast attack on A, just using your utility the easiest and simplest way that you can. Just use that recon, use that flash, the Viper wall, and just go with it. You don't even have to spend the money if you don't want to, because you can use the Spectre and just go with basics. Pretty easy, flawless, a great start.
That also puts Padge up to 20 kills now with that 3K coming through, which is absolutely insane.
2 orbs away also from going with her ultimate. And as the bonus start from there, from them, push onto elbow.
Oh. I don't know how Raina managed to get that close. Even shot the recon arrow and they weren't ready. Look at the gap around the top. Ninou isolating it and damaging both down to sub 50 HP. But it's not enough to delete either. And Noia's easily going to heal Padge back up. Man advantage now for Rix. And not anymore. Very quickly taken back and put into favor of the 10-star side. The weapons clearly giving them an air of superiority.
And if it's not on A, we're going to find both Viper walls here onto B. The plant is going to go down, though, and in this 4v3 situation, they do have, I mean, they do not have a lot of utility to go against it. And Raina could just literally just pay with the snake bites. And as I said, around both Viper's walls. Oh my.
Yeah, they're actually just going to run straight into this one and look for the fights. The trap wire doesn't provide as much cover as they hoped, and it's all up to Jupi. And flanked out by Nelo, there wasn't much hope. That's going to be the round going the way of 10-star. Double digits secured now for the defensive side, but keep in mind this was versus a bonus. Rix came in with SMGs on a map like Breeze, which is so open, and they managed to walk out with 3 kills and a spike plant.
Yeah, and just modifying this space to the will, and just going for looking for that close quarter onto B, forcing them to fight for the retake. Not only that, I mean, the response from TENSTAR right now should be, especially seeing Nelo take the defuse, should be probably push a little bit onto A, grant the orb, or maybe the same goes for B, and just put that Viper Spade and forget about one of the sides, because they know that this is probably the most important round so far. Because if they win this, that means that Rix is going to go back on an eco and is probably going to put them in map point, yada yada.
Noia's been blind for quite a while, according to the UI there.
We broke it again.
She can't see a thing.
Tom?
Yeah, it was Tom.
Thank you, Tom.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Tom. God damn it. This guy.
So sick of it.
Luckily, we've given Noia her vision back. She's trying to blind them in return. Clearing out Cave with that flash. They have the elbow of it as well. And they can look to get on towards the site. Still very spread out, though. You see a player inside elbow. One holding B with an operator. Rix aren't looking to make a push anytime soon.
Yeah, it doesn't look like. I like the fact that TENSTAR went for that mid control. Giving it up as they see the Viper wall just falling onto A. And Jupi, he has a lot of space to play for herself. Oh, that's big though. They did spot Sonia there, but they do not know where Padge is.
Yeah, they didn't notice Padge before with that operator. She's been holding the B site for the last 30 minutes, but no one has taken a step out in the open. She's going to start to rotate, but look at this push out of TENSTAR. As they look to go back towards the B side, TENSTAR already in their spawn, waiting for them right up close in the corner. Ninou able to grab 2, and they don't even spot LiriLia. She wasn't needed. In this instance, Rix now have to dash back towards that spike. They need to pick it up. Time is so low. Padge not able to get the shots off, and it's already done with 10 seconds left. There's no time to pick up the spike and run to a site, and they have to save these weapons. And even that is proving to be a pretty difficult task.
Oh god, I was so scared, not gonna lie. But listen, what we talked about TENSTAR getting mid control, not giving it up, is actually open the window to that opportunity of Rix wants to do a fast rotation that does literally do not exist on Breeze, because it's such a big map that if you're not controlling B, or if you do not have any presence, This thing's happened, and Padge was like, yo, there's nothing going on B. I mean, we've lost someone on elbow, but I feel like I have the most control over it. She used her ultimate being like, I'm just gonna create even more space. I'm gonna push so they do not have control over CT or nowhere else, but it was just too late. That is something that you cannot do easily on this map.
Yeah, they didn't have the manpower to watch for mid there, and I think that's where something like the Cypher camera that we saw coming out of Cloud on the attack side could have saved them so much, having that cam there to look around. But obviously, they didn't go for it. I didn't notice where the cam was placed. No trap bars to cover, very passive. This is a different round than what I expected, I'll say that. Ricks have somehow found 2 kills and a site plant and have their Viper's Pit online. At this point, they are somehow favored to win this round.
Yeah, and we saw TENSTAR loving B, but Ricks has, you know, kind of fixation over A, especially with the Viper's Pit and being able to play around it. It should be easy for them. Oh, Nelo. Ooh,
oh my god.
Okay.
This is going to somehow be a thrifty round out of Ricks. They come in with some pistols even. And it looks like that's all they needed. Cla in with a quick double though. Maybe this can be the turnaround. Now Padge has a sight line.
Yeah.
Yep, but no Viper's Pit. It was easy.
And she's not going to retrieve the operator. And I have to say that even though I love Sliicyy and we've been loving her on Sky and Breach, she's not hitting the shots with the operator. And, you know, they're seeing, Ricks is seeing a gap there. So they're not, you should be scared to go against a jet with an operator. I am scared in every single game whenever I see a jet and an operator. I just run. But they're not getting that feel right now. So, you know, makes me kind of nervous. Again, Nelo already has that Viper's Pit. I would love to see her use it to just control and gain control over one side. It's kind of difficult when you're against Sova Sky because there's so much information to be taken from you. Wow.
Oh, they double pushed out. They had the angle and everything. I mean, that was pretty perfect from TENSTAR, and yet this spray down is there. There's 3 players on the other side to just completely wreck them. Ricks running over that A side. The spikes drop, but holding on to that's going to be very tough. And yeah, the cloud burst allows the cover for that to be picked up and the plant to come through. They just used a dash to cross. Very cautious of Padge, and that's going to limit her opportunities as the round goes on.
Oh, lean onto me, and Cloud's actually going to use her ultimate. Doable. This is very doable. Padge is having the day. Yeah, she's not going to allow this to happen. And now in a 1v2, this is a really hard task. Yeah. And that's what I was telling you. We saw actually Cloud doing this when they were attacking, but Jupi and the control over mid. I love the response. This is something that we were seeing on Bind.
What TENSTAR are doing. 3 players pushing through holes.
They're doing a little bit of what Ricks has been doing with that triple push and also that double man push onto elbow and mid. Oh, ooh, that's big. Okay, Sliicy's just gonna go with her ultimate.
And a drone following it up. Sonya's in such a rough spot here. Look at that. It works perfectly to start with, but the shot's missed by Sliicyy. Gives Sonya the opening to take the kill. Still alive, holding down that flank. TENSTAR.
Oh my.
Uh-oh. That's a little bit awkward, but the follow-up shot isn't Ninou coming out on top in that engagement. Ricks are on the back foot, but Raina pulls them back into the lead. The Hunter's Fury not finding anything, and Clam moving around the side. Really going to be choked out on time. There you go. Nothing.
The one doing it. Why not? There's 2 ways for playing it. If you need all that space to be taken from TENSTAR, just go for it.
I liked Noia's attempt at sneaking past that recon. I think the timing is possible, but might have to make a little bit of noise, which sort of defeats the purpose. The drone getting the tag onto her is going to quickly be dealt with, but Ricks are starting to shift a little bit towards the B side, giving up all the control inside of Cave, and TENSTAR have actually rotated towards A. With 3 players there and 2 in middle, they have no control over B. Intent to play a hard retake, which you can see by the Viper wall that they've put down. The only issue is going to be that
oh god, timing.
a little bit of a flank going on, and that Viper wall might not have been around if Nelo didn't somehow win the duel.
Yeah, exactly. But now she's gonna find a lot coming from elbow. She has to run away from there and just pray for the rest of her teammates to come help her because she's only 30 HP. She does have the ultimate to prevent the plant from happening, and with only 35 seconds, now Ricks has to make a decision and make it fast. Okay, Noia. Okay, I see you.
Close, and there it is. The body shots to Ninou to finish him off. Now 3 versus 3. This is where things get a little bit difficult because with Viper's still online, they're going to have that wall for a retake, and it's going to be put up right away. It's actually allowing Nelo to sneak up close. This is a It was an aggressive position. It was a risk, and she knew she was taking one.
It's a big one, and Nakla has to come from the defender spawn. And with Sliicyy here, with this operator, and knowing all the room that Riggs has to play with, and also obviously the Viper wall, it's going to be a tough one. I would even go for a save here.
Yeah, it might be time to call for one, but they're just running on forward. And Riggs might just run right into this. The drone looking to reveal them as they come on through. Padge already dealt with. This might get a little bit scary for Riggs. They lose any more players, and especially with Nelo not being spotted, she's going to make her way through her own utility, sneaking right up on them. Spike drop, weapon retrieve, and a follow-up out of Nelo. This is flipped around completely on its head. Nelo even gets a third. She is holding it down all alone. The spike right at her feet, and Riggs have nowhere to go. Noia in a 1v3 with a minute on the clock. I mean, I don't even know how you begin to approach this one.
I am speechless. The movement, the timing, the retrieval of a gun, and the result, the outcome, just winning the duels, having the spike all for yourself, and now it's just Noia. She's been performing awesomely, but just with 35 seconds, she has to make a decision in so many angles, and the spike yet to be retrieved. Left. It's gonna be a difficult one for her.
Yeah, I would say impossible.
Yes.
She knows there's a player close right, so a pre-fire can come in at least. But where do you go from now? Seekers, 20 seconds left. And Viper's Pit activated. There we go. We're waiting for it the whole time. There's potential. Oh, the spike's picked up. She's out of there. What?
No way!
Noia's a ninja. How did she manage that? The flash blinded her, but she knew she had the spike. Now, it's actually very winnable, but TENSTAR luckily shut that one down. Little bit of a skipped beat on my heart there. I was a...
And I love the way that Nelo has been playing this map. Okay, a little bit of damage taken there.
Yeah, a little 21 hit on the fall down. That's fall damage as a jet always amuses me.
Yep, it's yep. The only agent with a passive on this game.
Did you see that little dodge out of Sonya? She just went down with the drone as the shot came in. Nice. Oh, that tag coming through. LiriLia is gone. Yupi gets the info off the back of it and now sprays into Nelo. The dominoes really starting to come into effect here. Padge, a bit of trouble around on the site. If Cla can catch an angle, and Yupi's already going to be dealt with. Do they know that Cla's up close?
Yes,
I mean, they should
know.
do.
They have to know. He used his gauge and everything. Oh, he's just going to be... Oh my god, the movement.
Sliicyy's fallen man advantage now ×2. Cla, the last alive. Although she'll take down Padge, this is still going to be tough. No information on the other player. Steps being heard. Flash comes around.
No
full
way.
blind. Going to stick it almost all the way. They're coming, but no!
Oh my god!
Spike diffuser killed just in time. I'm going to need a replay, a screenshot, and atomic timer on that one because that was so damn close. I swear I saw the line kiss the end of the box. Wow.
But that was so ballsy. I mean, just by timing, she would have perfectly been able to make it. Again, I'm not seeing Sliicyy having the impact that we can expect from an operator. It's not being scary. Cla, on the other hand, it's pretty scary to me, no matter what she's playing. Oh my. Let's see this.
Look at how close.
Let's see. Oh, I didn't touch it. So close, it's so far.
Dude, if she was like half an inch shorter, I think that the distance from her brain to her finger to tell her to press E to defuse would have won that round. That was atomically separated. That's insane.
Oh, and if they go to overtime and they lose this map, that round is going to be playing in the back of her head, just like for FPX on that bind, if you remember. I think it was FPX, right? Yeah, that's the reason we're not seeing them. All right, LCQ. Sorry for bringing that back, but yeah.
Yeah, no, I didn't want to think about that ever again, but thank you for that.
Sorry.
TENSTAR,
okay.
Sorry. Can we just, sorry, why is it a 4v2? Why was it a 4v2? It's now a 3v2. Hey, Tom, Neri, Eccles, break that one down. I want to see.
Please.
What the hell just happened?
And now Cla is actually going to be healed, and this flash is not going to spot anyone. That's false information. But look at Nelo's position in here. She's got everything. If the wall goes down, oh my.
Oh. It's done.
They do not
Padge is in the corner. They don't know, though. Sneaky play out of Padge and a lifeline trying to stay alive. Padge aces the round. Riggs, go on a little bit further. Padge is on fire. How? 33 kills and an ace clutch to keep them alive.
Hey Des, can you actually break that down? Because the trigger discipline here, being like, okay, I find you here, and the movement, the moment that she heard one step to her right, she was like, this is my play, this is my play. And we don't see any movement here because they're in a boot camp and they're probably going crazy around her, being like, girl, what did you just do?
The fact that they have not called a pause amazes me because I have adrenaline after watching that. I cannot imagine. I mean, at the same time, let's just keep them crushed. Let's keep TENSTAR after losing that, failing to close it out to an ace clutch. Okay, well, let's see how you deal now. Nice tag. Noia in trouble, and she's gone, taken down immediately. That's going to be a man advantage now for TENSTAR. And then remember, just one round away from closing this map out.
They're gonna be able to. The fact that Sliicyy is here with the Phantom, you know, gives me hope. So I was telling you, not really loving her or having the impact expected from her. And actually another one for TENSTAR is Nelo has been clearing out Padge, and that is a lot because Sliicyy is even gonna have the spike here. This is way much better. See, this is the Sliicyy that I love. You can beat that kind of Jets. You don't have to be. I know that we talk about okay.